Physical media is in a strange place right now. We've got plenty of releases coming out every single day. There's tons of movies coming out from studios, from boutique labels, but we're also in a place where we're getting charged out the ass for some of these releases, and that's a big problem. So, what's the state of physical media as we head into 2025? Let's dive in. So for certain releases out there, I know that there's a release right here that I just got in the mail recently, The Hitcher from Second Sight on 4K. This was one of my most anticipated releases ever. They announced that this was coming out. We had to wait. It got delayed. We had to wait. It got delayed. We had to wait. It got delayed. And then it finally released now, and I had to wait. It got delayed in the mail, of all things, which was hilarious. But this physical media release, people have been waiting for a long time. We're getting stuff like this. We're getting stuff like the Paramount Scares box set, which I just got recently as well, or this is the Paramount Scares Volume 2. But we've got physical media releases like this coming from studios, and then there's other ones that are coming, and I know it's not their fault, it's not these companies' fault. It's kind of our fault as collectors that we're paying up for certain things like this. You've got physical media packages like this. This is the Terrifier 1, 2, and 3 box set from Umbrella, and they do great work, not putting them down at all, but you're paying a lot of money for this. Or you have something like this, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K set that came in a chainsaw, very cool, and it was $300. Now, you get problems with pricing like that, where you have certain things that are priced accordingly for 4 movies that are coming out on 4K, including Breakdown, which the Blu-ray was God knows how expensive at some point. You're getting priced accordingly for lovingly crafted 4K sets like this one from Second Sight that you might have to import and pay a little bit more for that. And then there's this other stuff, and I love slipcovers. I love slipcovers more than frickin' slipcover Steve does. You can check out my wall over here, and over here I've got slipcovers on everything. And I know I tell people, you don't need to collect slipcovers, it's not the most important thing. If you love them, collect them. If you don't need to. But I love extras, I love art cards, I love packaging, I love box sets, I love everything. But at a certain point, it reaches an apex, it reaches a point of no return with this kind of stuff that's going even further past what people thought with physical media would be possible when, studios started going towards streaming. And that's a whole different thing right there, is that streaming is unprofitable. Studios are going to have to come back around. People are going to have to come back around. But at a certain point, it goes past just being like, oh, it's kind of like vinyl, where there's vinyl special editions that are colorful, but it's like the same stuff on the disc, or, oh, you're paying for Scream Factory's or Arrow Video's version or whatever else. It's past that point. And I don't like being negative at all. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that. I love being positive, especially when it comes to physical media. But there is a certain point that we have hit with pricing and with extras and with stuff that's coming with your physical media releases that is so far past the point of just, I want extras, I want interviews, I want art cards, I want a fancy box, I want the movie in the best possible form. You're getting past that point with where we're going right now. We're going towards this point that's kind of, it seems like Beanie Babies almost, or whatever, or what video games went through in the 2010s and the early 2020s with collector's editions, and they're coming with statues, and they're coming with things that you don't need. I remember waiting for the Halo Reach Legendary Edition. Yes, I went out and I plunked down my hard-earned cash in high school for the Halo Reach Legendary Edition. And what did I get? I got a plastic statue with a box that was massive that I ended up not keeping. And if you can tell, if you've seen any of my video game stuff, I keep everything that's boxes. I didn't keep this box because it was massive. This statue is in a box somewhere in storage because it was cool at the time, but at the end of the day, it's a big plastic hunk of monstrosity. That's what it is. And that's the point that we're getting to, where studios are going, oh crap, we need to collector's edition, collector's edition, collector's edition. That's the word that sells. Scream Factory are the ones that did that. They put collector's edition on all of their boxes. You're seeing that now. I work in media. I read press releases. You're seeing that from studios. Studios are putting out collector's editions. Disney, where is this stupid thing? Disney. You know what this is called from Disney? This is the collector's edition of Loki, the first season, season 1 on 4K. There is no other edition of this. They didn't release a standard edition. They called it a collector's edition to basically get us to buy it and to spend money on this thing because they knew people would. They knew that we would. That's the problem. I did it. I thought those were going to be as limited as hell, so I plunked down the money for them to get them right away. That's the point that we're getting to. And it's that point where they're tapping so far into the fear of missing out, that primal urge as a collector to go, am I going to miss this? Is it not going to come out? Umbrella, I hate to pick on them, but good God. They're doing the same thing. The last Late Night with the Devil, they have a standard edition, sold out. They have a collector's edition, sold out. And then there's plenty of other editions of the movie coming out, but they put in these extras and they make it super limited so that you want to buy it right away. If you don't buy it right away, you're not going to get it ever again. They did this with Super Mario Brothers, that movie as well. Sony did it with the Ghostbusters set. They said it wouldn't be limited. They said that we'd be able to get it, and now collectors can't get it. So they're tapping into that fear of missing out that is so awful, that is so predatory, and it's just, I love how Vinegar Syndrome does it. At least they tell you how many movies are left on the website. You can see, well, there's this many copies. And I know they do the going out of print sale and stuff like that, so they still tap into it. All of these companies do. Everything across the board, everyone, every industry taps into that idea of you are missing out unless you buy this. People on YouTube are tapping into it, to get off topic a little bit there, but that's what this whole game is about. You are missing out if you don't get this. And that's the problem. That is the number one problem that we have with physical media heading into 2025. It is not that physical media is dying. It is not that stuff isn't coming out. Plenty of stuff is coming out every single day on disc. It is that we are getting into this territory where they're tapping into collectors and they're bleeding us dry. And I know there's people that are going to comment and they're going to say, well, why don't you have some self-control there, Hunter? I do have self-control. I have a lot of self-control. The only thing that I bought this month on physical media was this, and I pre-ordered it like a year ago. Other stuff I get from work, whatever. But they're tapping into this and they're going to keep mining and mining and mining until we run out, until we're bled dry. That is the biggest problem that's facing physical media collectors in 2025 and beyond. Let's hope that it can get fixed. In video games and stuff like that, Limited Run is doing the same exact thing, and they've been doing it for longer than these boutique labels have. I love boutique labels. I love Vinegar Syndrome. I love Arrow Video behind me. I love Scream Factory over here. They do fantastic work for film preservation, but at a certain point, all of these other companies that are putting out stuff and saying, well, it's for film preservation, we're boutique label, who cares? They're going to run into an issue where people are just going to get tired of it, because honestly they are. And it's going to be a shame because people are going to go out of business, releases aren't going to get bought, stuff is going to happen, bad stuff is going to happen, but we can help it if we vote with our wallets on these products, if we tell them directly and we say, I am not going to buy this, or I will not pay you $150 for an extra t-shirt or whatever else is coming with this stuff. That is the key. And also the key is to remain positive. Physical media is not going anywhere, folks, so get that thought out of your head. But physical media is changing, and it is changing depending on what you ask, what you do, for the better or for the worse. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think of this, what you think of this whole idea that physical media isn't necessarily dying, but there are problems with it that we could face in 2025. And thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and do all that YouTube stuff. Thank you for watching, and I will see you real soon.